So a very simple way you can improve your sales calls as far as from a quality control standpoint on Google. So Google My Business, obviously has a phone number there. More people call that number and more people call that number for service than they probably call majority of your numbers on your vendor partner sites as well as your own website. So in general, this is a highly used number. And people call that number, they get your operator. And an operator can be 2-3 calls deep, can have a customer in front of them. You can have multiple operators, whatever the excuse is, but here's what happened the other day to me. So one of the customers, and it was a customer of the dealer principal, calls in, phone rings, 5-6 times, nobody answers it. They hang up, they call back. So customer calls back, phone rings 4 times, they get an operator puts them on hold. Now they're trying to schedule a service department appointment, right? So operator puts them on hold, 10 minutes goes by, customer hangs up. Calls, one of us here complains about it, and then we kind of went through the process and checked and seen, what's the average hold time. We listened to some of our calls coming into service, coming into the operator, trying to get an idea what we can do to improve on what we've done in the past. So what we normally do on a lot of our websites, our Google My Business page, we've set up what's called a call tree. For some reason at this particular store, we chose not to have the call tree there. So we got with our 800 number provider, our call tracking number provider, which is Call Source, and we said, hey, we want to set up a call tree. When somebody calls Google, I want to have a local tracking number, not an 800 number. I want them, when they call that number, I want an automated system in place to where it asks the customer, press 1 for sales, press 2 for service, press 3 for parts, press 0 for an operator. Very simple thing, a very basic thing, but so many dealerships and even us, we missed it. And you have to inspect these things from time to time. If a customer calls and they don't get attended to, you may lose that customer, and first impressions are hard to get back. So in this situation, if a customer goes to the Google, calls it, they get that call tree, they hit 1 for sales, normally we drop them into either an internet department, a BDC department, to an internet manager. In this particular store, we would drop it into a hunt group, and it would just get sent to the sales floor. After it goes to the sales floor, it would ring 4 times. Then it would go to our managers, and from our managers, if they don't answer it within X amount of rings, then our operator picks it up and get somebody to take care of the customer. So this is an easy tip. It's a very easy thing for you to set up. Things like this are great because if a customer presses 2 for service, it's going to get them into a service BDC, and they know how to handle the different types of phone calls. They're trained to do that rather than an operator who has to end up transferring them anyway. So, in order to cut down on some clutter, speed up, and have it be a little bit more efficiency, I'd recommend that on all your Google My Business pages, you should set up a call tree. All right, happy selling.